That how goes it?
It's going. It's going. It's going.
Well, it's been a long time.
Yeah, no.
Okay, so I mean, come on, tell the people what you've been up to.
Just been working. Still working. I'm at a new school.
I was just about to say, tell them where you're at.
My
Well, you don't have to say exactly, but
yeah,
tell them you changed.
I went from my um high school to a middle school.
How you feel about that?
It's you know what? It's like um I'm kind of used to it. It's not too much of a change because I was when I was at the high school, I was teaching freshmen. So freshman and eighth grade is not too much of a difference.
Yeah, that's kind of similar.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. It's just that you expect more in high school because they're like, look, you want high school. But eighth grade is like, as expected.
I mean, eighth and ninth isn't that big of a
Yeah.
difference. I mean,
Nah, it's not too much. It's not too much of a difference. You
so you
know,
don't have to do the seventh graders?
no. I was blessed to just to have to do one grade, you know.
Oh, well,
So
that was good.
yeah, so I just do eighth grade ELA and call it a day. That's it. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Well, you know what? At the end of the day, I mean, if you are still riding high on that, I'm just loving the kids.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't see anything wrong with that.
yeah. I mean, it's cool, and the kids keep me there. The kids. Of course, you're always going to have the politics, but the kids, they're the ones that keep going. You know, especially the ones that are, you got some good kids. They goofy. They going through their changes and everything, but for the most part, it's like, I'm laughing at them every day, like if you only knew.
I mean, I'm laughing at. I had a little girl come in with a hairstyle, and I was like, "Oh, look at you. That is cute." She was like, "It's fake." I said, oh, "Okay,
Just straightforward.
thanks for
It's
sharing."
fake.
Uh, just
It's
a
fake.
note to self. Maybe next time you just don't
Right, right,
share so
right,
much.
right. At that age, they have no filter at all. It's
At
like,
all.
it's like, yeah, I
Yeah, like
stink,
they will
but
come
that's
in
okay.
like seriously, and parents, they don't realize how much of their business their kids end up
Oh my
telling us
God.
because they come in like, mommy and daddy were arguing, so we've been staying at grandma's house.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah, yeah.
all
Hmm.
right.
Yeah, yeah. I'd never forget. I was doing an after school program, and one of my kids was she was at the time she was like second, third grade. She's probably like a senior in high school by that, a while ago. And she was telling me, she was like, yeah, so Mr. O2, my brother had a BB gun and he had it in the closet. No, he had it in the drawer and I saw it. And he told me not to say nothing, but I did. And I was like, I don't even think she said a BB gun. I think she just said a gun.
Ooh.
And I was like,
And how old was she?
she was she was the eight, seven, eight, second grade. And she was just telling it. And I have a good rapport with her mom. So I was like, yeah, you might wanna talk to Ronique about blah 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 blah. Yeah,
But
as
why did she
far as
got to talk to her? She need to beat the son.
yeah, listen. Yeah, listen. We can't, you know, advocate that
Well,
air
I know.
quotes.
Well, I say it in a
But
way though that the parents understand because they'll be like, "So I had to whoop him," and I'll be like, "You had to do what you had to do." Like
right.
that's not my
Yeah.
business to tell
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
As long as I
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
that your child is not being abused, That's
Right.
kind of your business.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, you might want to give them a little talk so they will spill everything. They will spill everything. The things that I used to hear, because I did after when I was doing after school program, it ranged from kindergarten to eighth grade. So the little kids want their stories about home life. I'm like, okay, I don't think you were supposed to tell me that, but all righty then. Moving right along.
Moving right along. Yeah, they say the wildness.
Yeah,
So at
yeah,
the end of the day, I don't think that people really realize, like I said, how much kids talk and how much they pay attention. Because they're
yeah,
just like, oh, that's the baby. But no, your babies really are hawking y'all at business on a regular basis.
yeah,
And then
yeah.
your babies are coming to be like, so Miss Dudley. And they just blah, blah, blah,
Blah, blah,
blah,
blah, blah,
blah.
blah. Yeah.
After that, it's on and
Unwarranted,
popping.
unsolicited.
Yeah, because it's not like I'm asking them. Like, I don't know anything going on in y'all families. So I'm not
Right.
asking your children, like, so tell me about your whatever. They come tell me, like, I have a mommy and two daddies,
I got a daddy and I got a stepdaddy.
but they don't call him the stepdaddy. And then you trying to figure out, was the dude who came, was
Yeah.
am I supposed to be calling both of them Mr.
Daddy,
last name?
Mr.
Because now
Last,
you
yeah.
like, so what's your last name? And then it's like, but your last name, whose last name do
Yeah.
you have? Like,
Right, right. Do you have a mother's? Do you have a dad? Do you have the stepdad?
is it the
I don't.
stepdad or
Yeah.
is it just the boyfriend?
Or the boyfriend. Yeah.
Because you might have a new daddy 4 years from now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Who knows?
digress.
Yeah. But we digress.
Okay. So, with that being said, because, we've got our little time. Okay, we've been getting music.
Okay.
So, next week, I plan on adding music on to the back end of the show.
Okay.
Um, and we are officially live.
Hmm.
So, we've got a nice
Nice.
little flyer and everything. People can
Okay.
subscribe to, I mean, we were live before, so let me backtrack some things for you people. The Konnect Show had done a hiatus for a
Yes, we
little
were on
moment.
hiatus.
Just a
Just a small.
little hiatus. So with that being said, we're back now and we're on some of your regular programming stations that we were on before, or services such as Spotify, Apple Music, things like that.
Right.
Also, we're on YouTube. So you can always watch some older videos as well as these newer videos that are going to be coming out. Also, if you subscribe to EDN on Roku, you can find us on that channel as well. So the
Hey,
connection
new
is
channel.
now in many places.
Roku. All right. Okay, Roku.
We broke to it. So with that being said, um, in a little minute, I will remind you on how you can send us your music and how to stay in touch with us because there's so many ways to stay in touch with us. And I'm
Yes,
so
it is.
excited that we're back. So
Yes, it is. We back at it. Back
excited. And
at
of course, we've got stories coming up. Now, you know how we do this at the end? You can't make this ish up.
it. You can't make this ish up.
Ish up. So that's definitely coming with its own. There's always some ish that you
Yeah,
just can't make up.
can't make
That's
it.
real
Yeah,
life out here. Like
right.
seriously.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we're gonna get into these stories.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is share my so I got a new computer.
Okay.
And with my new computer, I'm still trying to figure you know how when you first get it, you have to figure out how to put certain things on it. So I
Yeah.
have Microsoft Word,
Okay.
but for some reason It won't just pop up like that. It's still doing WordPad. I know.
WordPad?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the corny one that,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
I'm gonna do is I'm gonna share the screen so y'all can see the picture like we do. And then I'm going to get into the story. Let me go ahead and scroll to the top because putting these in WordPad.
Bless you. Oh. Oh, okay. She did that. What?
I might have to put a sweater on it. I caught a
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah. Those allergy season
And I
is
don't even
upon
think
us.
I have allergies. To be honest with you, I think I just have like I'll catch a chill and then I'll just
Yeah.
it's random. It's like
Right.
anyway, so let me share my screen to get into our first story, which
Okay.
is boom. So you see my picture.
All right. Yeah. What the hell?
Now you've heard of the Jordan Neely story,
Okay.
right? That is Jordan Neely. That's the ex-Marine who said that he was in fear of his life after it came out
Mm,
that his father is an NYPD sergeant, I believe.
okay.
Jordan Neely is on a train. Now he's yelling. If anybody's been to New York, you see all kinds of ish on the subway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
So a guy yelling with no weapon in his hand really is like um
Right.
so this guy takes it upon himself to subdue Jordan Neely and kills him. There was a lot of protesting going on because
Right.
police were like, toodles.
Eh. Yeah.
And so people are like, are you freaking kidding me? And you know what black men were saying.
Oh, hell yeah.
Because this was a common one. You don't know what they were
Hmm.
saying? They were like, if I would have choked out a white man,
Yeah, of course. Of
which
course.
yeah, his ass would have been in jail. So
Yeah.
that's what people were
Yeah.
saying. And like I said, there was a lot of protesting going on. And now it's coming out that he's probably about to be charged.
Probably.
Well,
Maybe.
sources are saying most likely.
Most likely. Okay. Hope so.
Um, he's expected to be charged and
Hmm.
surrender Friday.
Okay. Okay.
So the Manhattan District Attorney's Office did say that Daniel Penny will be arraigned Friday on a charge of second-degree manslaughter.
Mm.
And he's expected to turn himself in Friday morning. They can't give any additional information.
Of course
You
not.
know, his lawyers are saying, oh, he didn't expect it, which nobody expects it. But at the end of the day, you still have to have some kind of consequence. You don't get to just kill somebody and be like,
Yeah.
my
Oh,
bad.
my bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I killed him because death is so final. Final. So
And he has to understand that Jordan Neely had mental health issues, especially after his mother passed.
he broke.
He was broke and he was homeless.
So that's and a lot of people you especially in the black community, even when I was coming up, mental illness, we didn't deal with mental illness like we should have. It was always like that nigga crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it
That's the
was
truth, though.
that was crazy Joe or crazy Bob or that's crazy Will. You know, when back in now looking back in retrospect, they had mental issues, but because of insurance, they didn't have insurance or anything like that.
And
So
we
we
didn't
didn't
go
go to
see
therapy.
shrinks. And
Yeah.
yeah,
Go to
that wasn't a
psychiatrist.
conversation that was taking
Yeah.
place
No.
around the way. It
Yeah.
was like, you better go get you some sleep or
Some
something.
some sleep. It was either sleep, liquor, sex, or the Lord. You
Praise them.
understand?
Get the
Praise him.
demon up out of your
Get some
system.
demon out of your system. Something.
That's
You know
what's
what I'm
wrong
saying?
with you. You
That's
need
what's yeah,
Jesus.
you need Jesus. You need the Lord.
So
Hallelujah. So
Jordan was
yeah,
going through quite a bit.
right.
So honestly,
As a
yeah,
young man, yeah,
he
yeah,
was. So I
yeah.
hope that there's justice for Jordan.
Hope so.
I
Hopefully.
hope
Hope
so.
so. Hope so. I'm prayerfully so.
We gonna
Because
pray for you, Jordan, that you get the
yeah.
justice. All right. So Jacqueline Avant. Let me show you her picture because it was crazy what happened to her. She was actually a philanthropist.
Okay.
And that's something that I too would like to be one day. Mm,
Mm-mm.
mm, mm.
Put it out there.
Um,
Mhm.
so Jacqueline is here. You see her in the corner? Oops.
Okay. In the corner? Yeah.
You
Okay.
know what? I got my better word pad picture. Here she is. Okay, so Jacqueline was married to Clarence Avant. Clarence Avant was a music executive.
Yeah. That's the name I was trying to. I couldn't get the name out. He's like the godfather of the music industry, had his hands on everything. Got it. Okay.
So we're about to talk about him in a hot second.
Okay.
Um, but Jacqueline was murdered when somebody tried to rob their home.
Right. Hmm.
All right, so obviously it was a senseless death, and it's like, come on, now.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
guy's in jail now. It's pretty much over for him. But
Right.
um, the picture I was showing you, the building behind it,
Hmm.
that is in dedication to Jacqueline.
Oh, that's nice.
It is. So what that is it's called um it's okay, let me back it up for you just a little bit. She was a philanthropist, a community activist, and an art,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? So um they decided to make a child and family center
Okay.
and call it the Jacqueline Avant Children and Family Center to honor her.
Okay.
It's in the Watts Willowbrook community of Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
They said it's a beautiful facility.
Mm-hmm.
Sits on a 42-acre MLK medical campus.
Nice.
So, her daughter helped dedicate that to her. Now, like I said, I'm going to tell you real quick about her husband, Clarence.
Hmm.
Clarence was a music executive, entrepreneur, and film producer
Right.
who went by the name of the Black
The
Godfather,
Godfather. Right. Hmm.
right? So he was even a manager back in the 50s at Teddy P's Lounge in Newark.
Wow.
Mm, he made his way around. But he worked at Venture Records, Sussex Records, Taboo Records, and Motown.
Okay. Yeah. So he had a hand on everything. I saw a documentary a couple of years ago on him, and I'm like, I want to be that guy. Like he had, like, if you was walking down the street, you wouldn't know him. But the who's who, and especially the black music industry, they like, oh, you don't know who that is?
Right.
That's the guy. Father. He put everybody. When I say everybody, the list go on and on and on and on.
Yeah, he touched a lot of different people.
Right.
So I would, if people are interested, I would definitely suggest that they look up Clarence Avant
Avant,
because
yes.
I didn't know exactly who he was until I was reading about her. And
Hmm.
when I read about her, this was a while ago um, when she actually passed. But
Right.
with this building, then I looked up
Mm.
him and I'm like, oh, I wonder if she
Yeah.
was that fancy
Yeah.
philanthropist.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So for our next story, I'm going to move on to, oops, I'm skip. This was a weird story. This was a weird story. And it was weird because it was like, at what point do you get to where you just be like, I could really do this? Um,
Hmm.
people, I just want to say, are hilarious. So let me put up this picture. It's just a guy holding a gun. But
Okay.
the reason I'm putting it up though is because what the guy did,
Hmm.
and it wasn't him holding this gun, but I'm gonna tell you what he did. And I was like, "Are you really
Right.
serious right now?
Right. Yeah.
Murder for hires. How do people think they're gonna get away with this in real life?
Wow.
People watch
Yeah.
too many movies.
Too many movies, too many TV shows.
A
Yeah, that's not.
67-year-old New Jersey man thinks he's hiring a hitman, not just to kill his ex-wife, but also her daughter,
What?
saying she started all this mess. Turned out to be an undercover FBI agent.
Of course. Of course.
And so now he's about to do some time. But I'm
His
just
old behind.
confused as far as what people think. Like, how do y'all think y'all gonna get away with? How do you just randomly think you're gonna find a hitman in real life
Yeah. Like, who do you call? Like, I know a guy that knows a guy.
though?
You know what I'm saying? Like, who are you gonna call?
I mean, you're right though. Who do you call? So he got six. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought he was 67. He's 69 and just got 8 years in prison.
That's even worse. He gonna die after that.
You probably gonna not
he
make it
probably
through
he
prison.
won't he won't probably yeah. Old man prison. Unless he's in tip top shape, he ain't gonna make those 8 years.
Boom, boom.
Yeah.
And
Mm-mm.
even in the mental health, you're not only tip top
Yeah.
shape, you got to
Right.
be mentally in tip top
Mentally, you
shape
gotta be mentally sharp.
at
Yeah.
69.
At
Mm.
69. Yeah.
All
Good
right.
luck. Don't drop soap.
Just don't drop the soap.
So, right.
Wait a minute. It wasn't that one. I wanted to share this one. Share, share my screen. Oh, yeah. Stupid word pad. Where are you, Microsoft Word? Anyway, see how I'm going down? And it's not
Hmm.
moving. Oh, there we go. This was a weird little story. And I tried to find it again because when I read it,
Oh,
it was a few days ago. This, I have to go do some more research to find the story again because I couldn't find it. What I read was this family decided to adopt and they wanted to help someone that was less fortunate. So supposedly, little baby came from Africa and they thought, wow, she's picking up things really quickly. And then she was like, I have a mommy, and da da da. And she was talking, and they were like shocked and surprised that this child had picked up English so quickly. And it
right.
turned out that she probably isn't from Africa at all, and that some children are being taken and being put in adoption, and
Wow.
they're really were from families that
That
didn't put them up
word.
for adoption. The,
Wow.
the
So it's a
mom thought she
kidnapping
was
ring.
basically the mom thought she was being put into an educational program, like basically
Wow.
almost like um what do you call that? Not border houses. What's that? Border school.
Like boarding
Boarding
school.
school.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's what
Right.
she thought she was going to.
Right.
She didn't know she was being adopted. So I'm
Oh,
like,
wait. So wait a minute. So
the
backtrack
mom
real quick.
thought
The
she was
mom thought
sending
she
to
was
her
going away to boarding school, sending her
something
daughter
like
away.
that. She thought it was like an
Oh,
educational
like an
program she
educational.
was sending her to.
Oh, wow. Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So then the
Wow.
family is like, oh no. And so now, they had to reach out and try to find like it.
Yeah. Wow.
So if you're going to adopt, let me just
Yeah.
say, do your research.
Do your all the research, all of it, the whole thing, because it's crazy people out here like that's a whole kidnapping ring. That's straight up kidnapping.
Flat
and
out.
nobody knows the wiser. Nobody's the wiser. No, nobody.
Nope. Nope.
Crazy.
They were like, "Oh, she's amazing. She's brilliant. Look at her
She's
speaking
brilliant.
English so,
She speaks English so well.
so well." All right, this is Luther.
Lufa.
I watched this show on Netflix.
Mm, that's what I planned on doing.
It's
I was
not a
like,
show. It's a
it's a
movie
movie. It's one
with
movie, right?
Idris Elba. It was actually
Yeah,
pretty freaking good. I didn't
yeah,
see a lot of hope for my man from the
right.
beginning. It was
Yeah.
all bad.
Mm-hmm.
But it turned out that he was quite brilliant.
Hmm.
I don't think I did my accent correct. Anyway, if you haven't seen it, it's worth watching.
Yeah, it's worth the wait. It's worth the watch. Check it
This
out.
guy, his name is Lero. Now I'm showing him it
Leroy.
kind of okay because Lero basically was just being a jerk outside of his kid's school. He liked to park in a certain spot, and
Mm,
one of the moms was standing there, and he basically
mm,
kind of just tapped her a little bit with the car, like,
mm,
um,
mm.
like how you just tap somebody with your car. Now look at him. Now look at him. Don't they look familiar? Who is
Wow.
that? Who is that?
Wow. Who is that? That looks familiar.
That
Wait,
sir is Russell Crowe.
that's what I couldn't. Yeah, I was like, Russell.
Now he
Yeah,
was in the movie, I believe it was called Unhinged, where he was like this crazy driver,
unhinged. Uh-huh. Yeah.
where he was nuts, right?
Right. Right.
And that movie definitely is also worth watching. Now they
Right.
said he was in a fat suit, and I was like, okay, but
Mm-hmm.
those hands look kind of big.
Don't look chunky. Those hands look a little chunky. Yeah. Unless they got fat suits with, they got prosthetics for hands now. Yeah, it's just kind of looking.
And then he's there.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I went to watch this, right? I went to
Okay.
watch him in the Pope's Exorcist, and it
Mm-hmm.
was okay. At
Okay.
times, it was a little slow. It was
Okay.
all right though.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoy horror flicks, so you know I'm about that life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Went to the dine-in theater, had my
Right.
food, like
Right.
this is interesting, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But that didn't have nothing on this mofo right here. Let me tell you about this Evil Dead Rise.
I heard about that. Uh, I saw a preview and I was like, yeah, no.
Baby, let me tell you about this right here. Come on now. I don't know what I'm doing in WordPad. I got to get it together. I apologize
Mm-hmm.
because it's not Microsoft Word. I'm touching buttons that not doing
Yeah,
anything.
there you go.
When I say I was like, I'm so glad I finished my food before she got to tripping,
Ooh.
before it got on and popping.
Wow.
Now, this was a little bit for everybody. The two oldest children looked like they were part of, the, the whole community, the
Yeah.
LGBTQ.
Yeah,
They looked
yeah.
like they was part of that.
Right.
And then you had all kinds of random. You had the Latino. Everybody can get it and die in this movie.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody can
And
get
it's got some very disgusting, horrific parts. When I
it.
say I had to turn at some points and go,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh,
dang, oh,
yeah, yeah.
bruh,
When
this a
you
real
gotta do
horror
that,
movie.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Pope's Exorcist is a horror thriller,
Right. It's a thrill. It's more on a thriller side.
more of a
So
thriller side.
yeah,
A
more
little,
on the thriller
little
side.
bit of horror, but more thriller.
Yeah, more on the
This right
thriller.
here, bro.
This
This
one
right
right
here.
here,
This right here. From the
yeah,
very start of the movie. Like I'm telling
right.
you, I was like barely threw my food out of the credits
Yeah, when I
when
saw
it
the
got on and
preview,
popping. I
when
said,
I
well,
s- mm-mm, when
and
I
I'm
saw
totally here for it.
yeah, when I saw the preview,
Oh, damn.
and she was like, "Eeny, meeny, miny, you." I'm like, "Oh!" And the preview had me like shook, like, "Yeah, no, nope, nope, that's not the kid."
No, not at all. Okay, now we only got, it just told me 10 minutes left. So
Yeah, yeah,
we got to move. But Florida traffic stop. Oh my goodness, this was hilarious. All right, so uh, basically what's gonna happen is I'm gonna stop reading the professional version, just tell you what I remember from these stories.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So Florida traffic stop. They're speeding on the highway, get pulled over.
Mm-hmm.
They find mad marijuana in the car.
Mm-hmm.
This chick with her ass in the air had a Brazilian butt lift, so that's how she had to ride to the police station. I'm gonna need y'all to stop trafficking and speeding. That's at least the second or third story I've done like that lately.
Wow.
This guy is probably about to get kidnapped. Chinese researcher finds out how to expand life up to 82%.
Oh yeah, they're about to kill him.
Oh, it's about to be, no, he gonna get kidnapped. They're not gonna kill him. It's
Mm.
about to be some white billionaires that's gonna snatch him up and have him hostage
Yeah, yeah,
in their
yeah.
fortress and make
In that
him,
fortress and make him work.
yes, and make them expand their life. Um,
Right. Yeah.
he found out how to do some things with some cells, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know
Wow.
what a sextorian ring is?
A sex who?
A sextorian ring.
Mm-mm.
I
No.
didn't know either. All right. A sextorian ring is where they extort money or sex favors. And if they don't get it, they're gonna reveal something about your sexual activity, which is part of what Luther was about. Good people getting
Oh,
caught up in some bullshit.
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Now, this young man thought he was selling, I mean, sending some naked pics to a girl he met on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out it was like some scammers.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up committing suicide
Oh
because he couldn't
no.
pay the money that they were asking for because he's a freaking high school kid. Um,
Yeah.
but what I'm gonna say is this: if there's any teenagers or anybody else, first of all, please stop sending it.
Please. Yeah.
Second, because I don't even do that. You know what? Like
Yeah.
Megan, the Stallion said, she said I
Right.
sent them a pic of somebody else's titties. I've definitely done that.
Right.
I've Googled other
Right.
people's
Yeah.
boobs and
Yeah.
body parts and been
Mm-hmm.
like, there you
Yeah, there you go.
go.
Like, no, no,
There you
no.
go.
When it surfaces, no, no, no. Those are not mine. I don't know
Google
who
it.
they are. Google it.
So
Those are not
you
mine.
can Google body parts. You don't have to send
Yeah.
yours.
Yeah.
And also, if you do, don't be for shame. Just go ahead and ride out
Right.
with it. Be like, F
Yeah.
it. You saw my D. Um,
Ooh.
Places that have a lot of accidents. There was a top five.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia and no, Texas and California are the top two.
Whoa.
And then Georgia is also on that list. I believe Tennessee and I forget the other.
Mm-hmm.
Note to self, I'm pretty sure Florida.
Florida,
Um,
California,
I,
Texas.
I think Florida was on that list, but number one and two definitely was Texas and Cali.
Texas and Cali. Mm.
So
Wow.
note to self.
Note to
Because how
self.
the F do you end up on a
On the house.
house?
And it looks like on the second story of the house. So
Not
that
even the
means
front
you
porch.
had to not even through the like, okay, you drive up the front porch. Okay, I get it. It's but you had to go all the way up
All
on
the way
some
up.
jewelry, all the way up on some Dukes of Hazzard shit, and just boom. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay, this man in Alabama, I don't know what they said to him at the church picnic,
Mm,
but he was at
mm,
the church picnic and shot three
mm.
people. I, I,
Yo,
I don't know what happened. Now, who
yo.
beat his ass is what I want to know because
Yeah,
they
that's
beat
what I
him.
want to know. They
I don't know if
beat
it was the
him.
police or was that the
Yeah,
church goers. In the
yeah,
name
they
of
beat
Jesus,
him.
we gonna
Yeah,
help you
in the
understand
name
and
of
believe
Jesus.
today.
Yeah, for real. In the name of Jesus.
And he
Yeah.
was in Alabama.
Oh yeah.
Trump loses this civil suit. He got
Hmm.
to come out hella no.
Wow.
What they heard in part of this suit was also when he said, "You can just grab him in the pussy."
Oh,
When you're famous, they don't care. They'll let you do it. Don't
oh,
forget. Did
yeah.
you know she went to the Met Gala really looking like a cat?
She actually saw, see, I saw some of this, but I didn't see her face. I didn't see the face. Like,
And she might
oh,
not
you,
be able to go back. All this hard work, and this girl might not be able to go back
wow.
because she was vaping
Mm,
in the Met Gala. You know they have art in there.
yeah, yeah, that's the Metropolitan. Yeah,
It's the Metropolitan Museum. I don't know if
in
people
New
knew that
York.
that's a museum.
That's a
She was
museum.
vaping, and so they don't know. She might not be able to go back.
Wow.
I know that you think this is just air, but there's something in that vape, even
Yeah,
if
it
it doesn't
has.
have nicotine.
Yeah,
Look how
right.
they cut my man's face off. Look what
Yeah, just wow. They just cut him out. Like,
you know what? WordPad. I can't.
there
There you go.
you go. All right.
There you go.
Much better.
Rumor has it that they're back together.
Really?
They just went to a party in New York the other night and they
Okay.
happened to arrive together. Now they weren't together, but
Together.
they did a little dancing. So
Hmm.
people have seen them out a couple of times. They think they bring it back to love.
Right. We'll
Hmm.
see what happens.
We'll see what happens. Snoop got the cussing in the interview. He's like, this is off topic, but F it. How people got billions of streams, but not millions of dollars in their pockets.
Mm,
Artists are not getting paid from this streaming platform. This is some BS. And I'm here for you. I never
I'm here
thought about
for it.
it. You might
I'm
be
here
right.
for
Like,
it.
how do they get paid off
Yeah,
streaming?
how do they get paid off streaming? Because I like even when I stream albums, like long time ago in a land far, far away, I had a bunch of CDs. I had a nice little CD collection. And when I moved, I lost it. I lost the whole book. Remember, back in the day, you had a whole book,
I got a little one
three
still
or
in my car
four.
right now.
Yeah, it's like four or five. I had like 6 or 7 pages, favorite CDs, misplaced them. Now I go to Spotify, shout out to Spotify, and I could get all my music back for free.
Click, 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 click,
for
because
click,
they
click,
get
click for
paid off the
free.
advertisements. So I don't know
Right.
how the artists get paid. I mean, I know
Yeah.
with YouTube, they can get it off the ads, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. And even in YouTube, I just saw it. Funny about YouTube, I just saw a clip and I remember this. Uh I remember this clip. I remember seeing a whole concert. Jay-Z had a whole concert, live concert, and one of his pieces was like YouTube only one of his lyrics where he was just saying YouTube only pays 10% of the artist of what the artist supposed to actually get.
That is true.
And so it's only like 10%. So you figure in layman's terms, you owe me $1. I'm just giving you $1 and saying, all right, go ahead, go somewhere. And it's crazy. Like 10%, like for real? Crazy.
We're gonna have to wrap up with this last
Okay.
because we're almost less than a minute. But
Okay.
before we wrap this up, don't forget the Konnect Show is in so many places.
Yes,
And you
sir.
can send us your new independent music to Gmail, thekonnectshow@gmail.com. I'll have that listed. Um, we'll get to some of those other stories we didn't get to today next show. But this lady just got sentenced to 21 years, the one on the left for killing the one on the right,
Ooh.
because she looked kind of like her. It was her
Mm-mm.
doppelganger, the one on the left from
Oh,
Russia. And so, yeah, it went down.
yeah. Wow. Yeah,
It gets real out here, y'all.
that's a movie right there.
It's
Yeah,
a
that's a movie.
whole movie out here
That's
in
a
real life.
whole movie right here.